What's up, babies? Hey, how y'all doing? Hey, I missed y'all. I miss me. Oh well, if you did. Hey, it's your girl Persuasion, and I am back with another YouTube entry. Before we get started, I'm gonna need you to subscribe, like, and comment at the bottom, and don't forget to hit that notification bell at the top, please, and thank you. So, I posted a Q&A on my Instagram page, and some of y'all submitted y'all questions under the post, and then some of y'all, DM me privately, and I want to respect you guys' wishes on keeping that private. Asked me some crazy questions, but some funny questions, and a few of them are serious. This is the funniest one I've heard yet, and I'm kind of glad somebody asked me, because the insult is kind of, but we're going to talk about it. So how do you feel about people talking about your body? At the beginning, when I first started off on Instagram, it used to bother me. And people be like, well, why did it bother you? Because at the end of the day, I'm human. You know what I'm saying? And whether people want to believe it or not, we have feelings. We as people have feelings, period. And it just used to bother me. But now it's like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gorgeous. I have hair under my face. So what? I got my body done. I'm happy with my body. I gotta live with it. Nobody else does. So it's like, to ask me how do I feel about it, it's like, why do they feel so much about my body? Why do they care so much about my body? So, whoever asked me that, I hope that answered your question. And for question number 2, it says, do you see yourself going out for any movie roles or TV series? I used to take some acting classes. I don't really see myself going after it right now, but if the opportunity presents itself, I'm not going to turn it down. I'm going to put my best foot forward, and I'm going to kill it as best as I know how. We're going to skip number 3. We're going to make that last. I'm going to make a notation and make that last for y'all. I guess these were the questions. Get kind of serious. Before we get serious, let's get into this motherfucking haircut. Okay? Let's get into it. Let's get into my bald-headed ass. Okay? Let's get into it. Cannot believe I chopped all my hair off fucking again. Somebody asked me, do I ever get depressed? And if so, how do I cope with depression? Hell yeah, I get depressed. I get depressed. Sometimes I be feeling lonely in my head, and I'm a crybaby. I cry. That's how I cope with my depression. I cry. I try to let that emotion just out in tears. And then I wipe my face, and then I keep it moving, because whatever I'm depressed about is not stopping my life. I have to continue to thrive, to be the best. I have to continue to be a better me every day. And depression ain't nothing but a hurdle. Sometimes it's a hard hurdle for most, but it's hard, and you either need to cry it out, fight it out, or go to a gun range and shoot it out. But whatever helps you cope with whatever you got going on, because life is it's hard. But, we make it. Don't take my advice on depression. Go see a psychiatrist or something, but that's how I cope with it. Okay, whatever question I'm on, but I think I'm on 3. It says, if you could do one thing over in your life, what would it be? I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. None that's that traumatic that I want to do over. Because honestly, my mistakes have made me the woman I am today. And I'm living and I'm learning from my own mistakes every day. And that's just how I am. I don't regret anything. I'm not gonna regret slapping the shit out of this girl tomorrow. I'm just gonna try to be a better me the next day. No, I'm just playing. But no, for real, I don't regret anything in my life. The good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful. I love all the experiences that I've had in my life so far, and I can't wait to see what else this crazy life brings me, because I'm ready. Question, I think I'm on question 4. How was your experience in the Navy? Honestly, I should have fucking quit when I went to boot camp. Okay? I should have gave up on that shit then. But my ass was so hard-headed, and I didn't want to live in Dallas no more. I was so adamant about moving. And the Navy was my way out. School was an option, but it wasn't my option. So, no college for me. But the Navy experience was crazy. Even from the moment I left, I felt like it was crazy. But I'm not a quitter. You feel me? I'm just not a quitter. I went to boot camp. They yelling all in my face. Literally the first week I'm there, I got kicked back into training. And we call that in boot camp ass mode back. So I got ass mode back into training to the first day, which is bullshit. And then 2 weeks more into boot camp, I get ass mode back into training. So this is by far my second time going back into training. I should have gave up then, you know. But since I'm not a fucking quitter, I have to finish what I start all the time. I don't know what's wrong with me and why I'm like that, but I am. I'm not a quitter. Then I got ass mode again, my third time. They was ready to kick my ass out. But see, I'm a smooth talker, you know. Y'all know how Meg say she a fly dresser, a finesse, or some shit like that. This mouthpiece get to talking, I'm gonna talk you out. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I'm going to convince you to let me stay, because they wanted to kick me out. I'm going to talk. I am gonna persuade you to let me stay. And then at the end of our conversation, you're gonna let me stay. Put it in my head that I was gonna finish boot camp. You know, there was nothing that was gonna stop me. I had a little sister that was looking up to me, and I was so hurt that I even had to leave her. So I literally demolished boot camp. Finished at the top of my class out of the girls, because we was a unisex division. I think it was 4-6-1 and 4-6-2. Hoorah. But I ain't gonna lie, I had fun in boot camp. It was after boot camp that fucking killed me. Like, being shipped to my ship and, what should I say, station? Being stationed in Virginia, and on my ship, I was on the USS Gunston Hall. I can't remember if it was a LSD or LHD. I can't remember. But when I first got to my ship, it was import. We was in the shipyard, so the civilians and us was fixing on our ship. It was broke down, and we had to repaint it. We had to sweep. We had to do a lot of shit with the civilians to get our ship back up and running. And my senior chief, when I was at boot camp, he always used to tell me about the rape stories and stuff like that, because he'd say, Griffin, you're a pretty girl now. You better get ready, because them boys on that ship, they're going to be all over you. But in my head, I'm thinking, senior chief, do you see me right now, boot camp? My hair braided back like I was in set it off or something. I had these fat ass cheeks. I was fat skinny girl in boot camp. So him telling me about the stories, I listened to it, but I never in a million years thought that it would happen to me. So I just remember the day so vivid. And in some ways I could have prevented it. And it's sad because people be like, well, why do you even say that? Why would you even think that this was your fault? I don't think that it's my fault. I'm saying certain things that I did that day, that night, could have prevented a lot from happening. And no one, not even me, would ever know, well, what would have happened if you didn't do this and you didn't do that. But I did. That's all I know is I did. I left my ship and I wasn't supposed to. Excuse me. I left my ship and I wasn't supposed to. I was going to go see my boyfriend. I ain't gonna even lie. I wasn't supposed to leave, but I had stood watch for 8 hours that morning. So my job was done. Like, I didn't have to do nothing for the rest of the night up until that morning. So me being sneaky, I thought that I could leave and nobody would notice. Nobody would need me. I mean, why would they? I've done what I needed to do already. There is no reason for nobody to call me back. So I left. I got literally to his house outside, and they were calling my phone talking about my chief was looking for me. I said, tell him I'm in the car looking for some medicine. I'm cramping, whoop, whoop, whoop. I was quick on my feet with the lies back then. That's all I did was lie back then. So, yeah, they gave me he only lived like 10 minutes away from the ship. So they gave me a good 10 minutes to get back because the shipyard and the parking lot for my ship was so far apart, it could have been possible of me being in the car. I got back, my senior chief talked to me, and then my lieutenant, he talked to me, but his conversation to me was so weird. Like, my senior chief, he was hot, he was mad, he was like, I'm sending your ass to mass tomorrow morning. He's like, bro, you are just a mess. Like, you stay in trouble, you stay doing this, whoop, whoop, whoop. He was just ready to send my ass to mass. But my lieutenant, he was like this Steve Urkel looking motherfucker. And I'm 19 years old. You know what I'm saying? He's like, want me to be your best friend or your worst enemy, Griffin? And at 19, you're not thinking he'll talk about anything sexual. Like, let's be clear. Not in that sense. Like, I didn't think that that's what he was talking about. But, I said the logical answer. I want you to be my best friend. And in my head, I'm like, you know, that's cool to have a lieutenant on your side. You know, because if you ever get in trouble, you know, he gonna vouch for you. He gonna have your back, whoop the whoop whoop. And I'm like, that's always a good look. He said, follow me to my office. And his office was actually where he slept and he did his personal work or whatever. And I'm still not thinking nothing of it. You see what I'm saying? And my mind is still not wrapping around the fact that this man is trying to have sex with me. And I'm like, oh my God, this is the exact kind of stories that my senior chief in boot camp was trying to warn me about. But I'm still like, no, this is not happening to me. Follow him to his office and he begins to sexually assault me, to rape me. And when you are helpless in those type of situations, ladies, I'm not fighting back. I'm not going to die for that. I'm not going to put myself in more danger to make you more angry, to kill me, because I don't want to be still. No, I did not allow it to happen. I just wasn't going to fight back. This is the whole man. I'm 19. He's well over 50. He's stronger than me, whether y'all want to believe it or not. He is. So, after it was done, I knew not to take a shower. I knew to remember everything, because being in the Navy, they teach you to be observant. And I observed everything around me. The letter on the wall that his wife wrote him for his birthday, what color toothbrush he had, what kind of soap he had in his room, what was on his bed, everything. To every little detail, to the point to where they knew I wasn't lying. So, after all that was over, I knew I had to tell somebody. And then from that day forward, my experience in the Navy went from being an okay one to being 4 years in hell after that. It was hard. I had to go to therapy. I had to never be stationed on a ship ever again. I did not trust men for a long time. Like, I couldn't trust a man whatsoever. And me, in some parts of me, I still have that kind of, I don't trust men. But who could blame me? Who could blame any woman who's been raped to ever trust a man ever again, or take her time to trust a man? Because overcoming something like that is hard. It's a battle within itself. And you have so many questions, and then you answering so many questions in your head. Like I say, what if? Like, what if I didn't do this? Like, this is all my fault. Like, I can't believe I put myself in this position. So much shit went through my head at that moment. But I knew that I couldn't let that situation take over who I needed to be and who I was. I did for a long time, but not no more, honey. I'm coming through, I'm coming through. I'm facing my problems head on, because I need to. You have to. All right, and then before I start crying, so hopefully that answered my experience. My experience was shit. It was horrible. How important is self-love? That's a good question. You need to love yourself before you are able to love anybody. And the reason why I say you gotta love you first is because how are you gonna know what real love is if you've never experienced it before with yourself? How did I overcome being sexually abused? I mean, I had therapy. And therapy don't always work either now. Now, I'm not saying everybody go spend y'all money on psychiatrists, because the Navy paid for my psychiatrist. But I am saying, go talk to somebody. Go talk to anybody you can trust. Don't go talk to your best friend, mom, or sister because she there. No. Go talk to somebody you trust. Somebody that's going to give you the truth. And nothing but the truth about that situation, because at the end of the day, all you need to know is it's not your fault. People are just some fucked up people out here. So just remember that it ain't your fault. I have to constantly tell myself that when I find myself kind of blaming myself for the situation sometimes, but I have to remind myself it is not your fault. So remember this when I say, ladies, gentlemen, because men can be raped too. So that's a whole nother conversation for another day. But ladies and gentlemen, if you've ever been sexually abused, raped, or in a domestic violence relationship, remember, it is not your fault. What advice do you have for a woman in an abusive relationship? Some of y'all know this, maybe some of y'all don't. I really don't talk about it too much because it really took me a long time to leave the man who was beating on me. Like, when they say love is a powerful drug, honey, love is a powerful, powerful drug, okay? And I mean that from the bottom of my heart, yo. I love the shit out of that man. And no matter how many black eyes, how many stitches, how many fractured wrists, bruised ribs that man gave me, I was not leaving him at all. But one day, I know it was God. I'm gonna tell y'all how I know it was God, because we both worked, so we both got off work one day, walked in the house. I used to have a maid come to my house at least twice a week and clean my house. Even though I kept it clean, but I needed her to come in there and deep clean it because I worked so much. And I was always out of town. I was always moving around. And so was he. That man came up in my clean house, threw his shoes down, threw his clothes on the floor, and got in my bed. Jesus told me, kick that nigga out. Lord said, kick that nigga out. I felt him tell me that. Y'all don't understand. I felt him tell me that. I said, get out. Get out. Get out. And I don't know, maybe at that moment I realized my worth. And I realized that he didn't know my worth. And I had to show him how worthy I was. Get out. Get out. Get out. That's what advice I give you. Get out. Show that nigga that you can do this all on your own, that you don't need him. You gonna need a man, but you don't need that man. And I'm telling all women this. We do need a man. We do. Or a woman, whichever one you prefer. Everybody needs somebody. But you don't need that man that's gonna be beating on you. You don't need that man that's gonna be cheating on you. You don't need that man that's going to make you feel like you're crazy. You need a man that's going to uplift you and love you and be there for you. That's what you need. All that he giving you right now ain't worth it. But nobody can tell you tired of a situation but you. And you going to know when you tired. You going to be so tired. You're going to look in the mirror and like, bitch, you tired. Change it. And you going to change it so quick, your head going to spin. You're not even going to realize that he is so behind you and that you so in front of him. You just going to be moving, girl. You just going to be moving. I'm telling you. I knew my worth. I finally knew my words. Should I say, excuse me, I got a lot of burp. Oh, now I got the hiccup. Like, this is crazy. Excuse me. Like, it's crazy. But can't nobody tell you tired but you. I'm telling you. When I realized I was tired, I kicked that nigga out. I got on my own 2 motherfucking feet. And I kept hustling and I kept working and I kept my apartment, my condo. It was nice too, y'all. But I did that. I had to show him. And you're going to have to show him, sis. You're going to have to show him that the hitting has to stop. I just want to thank y'all for getting a real one to 20,001 subscribers. I appreciate every last, every 21,000 of y'all. I am like more than grateful. You know what I'm saying?